Episode 2 of my video game FLAPPATRON, available right now on Steam. I asked for people to give me topics what to discuss today, and Jack the Fallout says, what do you think the future of YouTube is gonna be like? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I can talk about this topic. I mean, I sound like a twat. I've been around for a while, but I kind of feel like it's just gonna keep getting worse. It's gonna keep getting worse and worse. Not for big content creators and not for the big dogs on YouTube, but it's gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse for people like me. Just like your dead channels, people who are just kind of doing it and they're struggling. It's not gonna get easier. It's just not. I mean, it's been on the decline for a while. I would say when the first adpocalypse happened was when things were a bit dire, and that was where it was, you know, it was kind of like, huh, shit, that's not good, is it? I mean, personally, it didn't really affect me because, you know, I've never really, I think I did my channel full-time as a job once for about 2 months, and that was when I lived in London. Just before I moved to America, actually, I kind of not relied, but I tried to make it my full-time job. I uploaded all the time, I was doing loads of shit for Machinima Realm, I was playing League every day on stream, like, this is YouTube though, but you know what I mean, like, it was around that era. When the first apocalypse happened, that was when I essentially, I put in quotation marks, I quit my channel. It was when I stopped looking, I basically had the mentality of, my YouTube makes nothing. Have that mentality that YouTube, you get $0. It's just fucking, you may as well disable the ads on it, to be honest. I actually thought I did, but I guess I haven't. I don't even fucking know. I don't even care enough to, that's how much I don't really care about that kind of side of it. And I've kind of kept that mentality throughout the years, but for people who are actual, I mean, I know so many people who have quit YouTube, who had, you know, huge channels, like millions of subscribers, and they just got like, you know, 1,000 views. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, my channel's dead. I remember saying to myself, like, before 4 or 5 years ago, saying that if a video gets below 5,000 views on my channel, then it's a failure. Like, that video failed hard. But then again, that was before the 30-second 1 view rule kicked in. Is that even a thing anymore? I don't even fucking know. I don't know. I'm kind of out the loop with how it goes, but from just what I can see, it just seems like it's kind of, I've had this conversation a few times before. YouTube's gone full circle, right? So, what happened was that, you know, YouTube came out, everyone's like, oh, look at these cool, weird content creators making all these weird fucking things. Like, you can't see a Smash Machinima, for example, on TV. You can't see a Smosh shitty parody, whatever, on TV. You just couldn't see a lot of this content on TV. So everybody kind of flocked to YouTube because it was so weird and strange, and everyone was doing new and strange things. So, instead of watching, you know, the late night show with Jimmy Kimmel or whatever, you'd go watch some twat on YouTube talking about some stuff or whatever, and just, you know, it was no man's land. Anybody could say anything, do anything. It was really interesting. But then all the big dogs, like, you know, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, whatever, all these TV companies, everything, music videos, whatever, they kind of realized, shit, half the audience is on YouTube now. YouTube's taken over pretty much. Streaming's taking over, which is, you know, gonna be a thing. Give it 30 years, live TV, just no one's gonna give a fuck anymore. And now it's gone full circle, where it's gone from it, you know, you go to YouTube for the YouTubers, and everyone's kind of staying away from TV. Now it's everybody's liking, you know, the TV shows that are all on these streaming services like Disney Plus, Netflix, whatever. Everyone's kind of gone back to TV, and complementing that TV-ness is, you know, the Jimmy Fallon shit, the Jimmy Kimmel stuff, all these high production things. Everything's high production now, so everything that was crappy and amateur, which had like a lot of charm to it and was like the reason you went on YouTube in the first place, now it's like super high production, glossy, you know, TV-esque content. So now it's just everything is, it's gone full circle. YouTube is essentially like, everything's a TV channel. Everything's like, even my shitty video right now probably looks really crap in comparison to a lot of people's stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if I wanted to potentially keep up with people, I have to buy a 4K camera and do all this shit. I'm not spending $1.5 grand on a camera to fucking do video logs like that. No, so I don't know, I just kind of feel like it's gone full circle, you know? Everyone kind of fled it, and then the TV side has taken over YouTube. Now, that's not to say that the TV stuff has taken over entirely, because, you know, you got your big YouTubers, you got your Logan Paul, your Jake Pauls, your fucking KSI, whatever. And that's great, and that, you know, it is cool that there is that representation, but also YouTubers are fucking just weird people, and they're kind of stupid, myself included. And they just don't represent the platform very well at all. I mean, look at Lily Singh, for example. So it's like, it's like the merging of the two, but then the TV side still looks way better anyway, because do you know what I mean? Like, you go on YouTube and you got your Jimmy Fallon and Will Smith and whatever, but they're actors who know how to handle, you know, professional situations, be professional. You know, even Jack Black, he's been doing it for so long. He's grown up with this. Would you get someone like Lily Singh who gets, you know, big, and then you put her on just throw her in some TV show. She obviously doesn't know what she's doing, and the show's bollocks. Like, sorry, but it is really bad. And all their jokes are terrible. So, I don't know. I think it's in a really weird spot. I think content creators like James Charles or whatever, I think it's makeup people, and, you know, like KSI, whatever. I think they'll do well, because especially KSI, actually, he's a good example. Like, hate him or love him, I mean, I don't particularly like him, but I mean, I don't really hate him either. He's just kind of there. But you have to respect the fact that he's done a lot of shit. Like, he's got his music videos, he's done a film, I think. You know, he's done the boxing, he's done a lot of things. So he's reached out to all these different things. He's used that YouTube platform and that audience to do a lot of things. But he hasn't, like, you know, hasn't gone on a late night TV, which is like, you know, highbrow kind of TV. Like, yeah, the boxing matches between him were fucking, they're so bad, like, compared to actual boxing fights. But hey, he still did it, and it made a fuck ton of money. So, I mean, I think those kind of, that side of it, I think will grow and grow and grow, right? But it's kind of, you know what it is? It's just a simple thing of the rich get richer, the poor get poorer, and that's not a bad thing necessarily. It just is what it is. That's just life. People come and go. People become irrelevant. You know, shit like that. Everyone has their time. Nothing's ever set in stone. But I do think the people who are really big now and are growing and keeping going big, it's just gonna snowball. And then the people who are struggling, they're gonna get nowhere. Does that make sense? The market now is so saturated. Streaming's fucking saturated. YouTube, everything is so saturated. If I started like YouTube tomorrow with nothing, I mean, fucking hell, I have apparently 107,000 subscribers and I get like 700 views. You know what I mean? Could you even imagine if I had nothing? I wouldn't even get one, because who the fuck cares? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a very weird one. I guess I don't really. I don't know. I don't. Those are my thoughts, but I also don't. I'm not too bothered about the future of it. I mean, it is what it is. It might get worse. It might not. I don't really know. Like, I guess I'm kind of over YouTube. I have been for a long time. I don't think YouTube is a stable source of income by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's a lot of work for what you. It's a lot of work for what you get out of it. Like, you get fuck all. I mean, I'm probably one of the only few people, honestly, in the world who uploads because they just want to. Do you know what I mean? Especially since I've been in a situation where I was relevant on YouTube. Now I'm like, you know, whatever. But I still want to. I think a lot of people would just be like, fuck it, I'm not uploading every day. I get fucking nothing. I get like $1 for uploading, you know, for 2 hours work or something. 3 hours editing. Do you know what I mean? It's just not viable anymore, unless you are, you know, someone with a huge following, or, you know, you're like a TV level production thing, or, you know, yeah, like Looper's a great example. They're just putting out content that's easy and digestible and whatever, and like it really works. But I guess personality stuff is dying, aside from a few personalities. And I guess the way I look at it is this, and I'll use myself an example because I'm a YouTuber, makes sense. Like, you know, when you've got someone like, you've got your Markiplier, you've got your PewDiePie, what's his fucking name, Jacksepticeye, whatever. You got all these big guys, right? Dan, TD, whatever. All these big personalities who are the biggest, right? Why would you then want to tune into someone like me, right? Because you've got all these other 5 people who are releasing content every day. So that's like an hour of your life anyway. And then you're gonna probably, you know, play a game or hang out with your friends or whatever. Like, it doesn't. It just doesn't. I think that's where it. I can't fucking speak. That's what it boils down to. It's just saturated. There's just so many creators, and then you may as well just stick to like the top 20 because there's a reason why they're top 20, and they're gonna keep snowballing. So like, why would you even want to watch anyone else? You know what I mean? That's what I think, at least. I think nobody's looking for. Nobody cares about the personalities that much anymore. I've seen a few videos recently. Things like the gaming historian or something. He's chatting about like old stuff. Do I remember the guy's name? No. Do I remember what the wait, we look like a little bit? Glasses, I think. I don't care enough to go on Twitter and follow him. I just care about what he has to say about, you know, a game. It's like AVGN. Like, I like Angry Video Game Nerd still. I think he's great. But do I like his movie reviews? No. Do I like his James and whatever Mike Mondays when they play games? Like, no, I don't care about him as a person. I like the Angry Video Game Nerd character, and that's kind of more what it is, I think. I don't know, I'm going on tangents today. My previous video I was going off on one. I don't know. My brain's just all over the place today. Anyway, leave a comment down below where you think YouTube's heading, what you think of it, blah 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 blah, and yeah, that's me done for today, so I'll see you in a bit.